All right, welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. I'm Jim Pierce. I'm your host for the next couple of minutes. Just want to help you with the Bitcoin chart and give you some updates on Bitcoin, price projections as well as Litecoin. So hey, stay to the whole video. You're gonna be encouraged, and you're going to have exactly a roadmap for where we're headed. Hopefully, via an Elliott Wave perspective. I am an Elliott Wave trader. The goal of my channel is to just help you see day to day where Bitcoin and Litecoin are, as well as to learn Elliott Wave along the way with me. So I'll give lessons each day as I can. Today we're going to focus on the Fibonacci and how that helps us project waves. So yeah, watch the whole video. Hopefully we'll keep it about 10 minutes or something, 10 to 15 minutes, and just kind of update you. So you're looking at the Bitcoin chart. That brings us right here. Oh, by the way, let me give a disclaimer. This isn't financial advice. I am not your financial advisor. I am an Elliott Wave trader. I'm telling you how I think about trading, and I'm sharing that with you. And I might offer suggestions or at least ideas for how you might trade, but all those decisions are completely yours. I have nothing to do with those. So, yeah, there's a disclaimer. Let's get into the chart. You're looking at the Bitcoin chart on the Coinbase 8-hour chart. And you see the low that we put in here, right at right around 3,156, somewhere in that ballpark. We came up for a rebound wave, and that was nice. And we came back down for a wave two. Now in Elliott Wave, there are excuse me. There are waves that make motive waves, and there are corrective waves. Motive waves go straight lines quickly, and then corrective waves make zigzags, jagged, very slowly. And so what you can easily see is here we've got a motive wave followed by a corrective wave. Then you've got another motive wave. And guess what's coming after that? Yes, you guessed it, another corrective wave. Now, as we look at this chart, this could be either an ABC correction and we're going down lower, or this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the question is today, how do we determine whether this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or if this is a correction? Well, my projection is that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have actually hit the bottom, and we are heading up in 5 waves, and we are currently in the 3rd wave, getting ready to make the 4th. You say, why do you say that? Well, let me teach you a little lesson on Fibonacci extension tool. So in TradingView, if you come over here to the Fibonacci extension tool, you'll find it here in the second section of tools. I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can move that over. There we go. You'll find it in the second section of tools. Excuse me. And you are looking, sorry, you are looking for the trend-based fib extension. Okay, so what I do is anything that I use a lot that I put a little star by, and then if down here in the star, if you click that, make it blue, it puts your favorites right down here, and these are the ones I use all the time. So here's my trend-based fib extension. What we're going to do is we're going to start at the bottom of the one wave here, and we're going up to the top of the one wave. Then we're going to, and we're clicking each time, and then on the 3rd click, we're going to click right here. We're going to put our dotted line right here at the bottom of wave 2. And we're going to bring it over here so that it kind of overlaps where we are. And what you will notice is that this last wave came up to the 1.618. That means that this wave right here from this point to this point is 1.618 times the size of this wave. So it's 1 time. So it would be basically, if you were to take a measurement tool and measure a line, there's one. That would be 1-to-1 ratio right here. And so we would put it right here, and you'll notice that my line comes right here to the 1, or the 1-to-1 ratio. But this is 1.618, so that's 61 more percent taller. So basically we're going 1 times plus 61%, 1.618 fib extension. So that's what that means. When you see a wave projected off the 1, 2, come to the 1.618, that is a telltale sign that you're dealing with a 3rd wave. Exciting. Now, what that means is that we're dealing with a 3rd wave. We're not dealing with an ABC, because ABCs generally come to the 1.276 or the 1-to-1 extension. I will show you that momentarily, but just believe me for now. So let's start marking our chart here. We've got 1, That's our 2 wave. This is our putting in our 3. That means 4 is coming down here somewhere, and I think that's what we're making. And then 5 is coming up here, and guess what? I believe we're going to $6,000. We should probably go right up to $6,000. Let me mark this line. You see the bottom right here, the bottom. Boom. That's right, 5,900. We're gonna come in here, and we're probably gonna wick right into $6,000, and then have a massive rejection. That's what I'm anticipating. You say, why are you anticipating that? Well, let's see if we can get into some more reasoning why. So the question is, can we build a case for this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, I think we can. We obviously have a 1 wave followed by a 3 wave 2. Now, I just want to show you how corrective waves will stop at the 1276, or they'll stop at the 1-to-1 ratio. So I'm going to put the fib extension on here. Now we're going to start at the beginning of wave 2. We're going to come down to its A. Let me see if I can get the fib extension. Yeah, there it is. We're going to come down to the first wave point, which is usually A, followed by to the B, extension to the B, and watch what the extension does. You'll see that the bottom of this wave comes right between. Let me extend it out a little bit wider so you can see it. Right between the 1 and the 1.276. Isn't that interesting? So this 2 wave, which is an ABC, here you go. You got A, boom, B, here, followed by C, boom. That 2 wave is it's a corrective wave. It's obvious. So that means we're followed by 5 waves. So the third wave is going to be made of 5 waves. So the question is, can we count 5 waves? Well, let's see what we can do. So we're going to try I'm going to clear out some of these fib extensions here. So what we're looking for is the third wave of the third wave. You can obviously see the first wave here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. And here's wave 2. So we got a 1, 2. So where's the 3 come? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put the fib extension tool on there, the beginning of wave 1, up to the end of wave 1, down to the bottom of wave 2, right to the bottom. We're going to bring our extension over there. Where does the 1618 stop? It stops right about here. So the question is that the end of wave 3? That means we just put in the wave 5. So let's see if we can. It would be counted like this, possibly. Let me get a different color so that we can do that a little bit better. How about red? Yeah, there we go. So we've got a 1 followed by a 2. We've come up here to the 1618 right here. 3, 4, 5. Is that 5 waves for 3? That is a possibility, but here's the deficiency of Elliott Wave. We're not always so sure. It's sometimes hard to tell, because is the 3 up here, and then we're coming down for 4? Yeah, probably. That's probably more like it. The end of wave. Well, actually, yeah. Yeah, that's 3, 4. Sorry, 5. Yep, there we go. So yeah, that would be the wave 3 of 3. I'm sorry, I got a little confused. You can see how easy it is to get confused along the way. It's also 11 o'clock at night, so yeah, I've had a busy day. All right, so we've got to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 waves of the third wave. So this is looking really good. So that means we're putting in a 4 wave right here. So if we zoom in to the 1 hour chart, we know that we've got a corrective wave being formed, right? So as we have a corrective wave, we should have an ABC. Well, notice that this wave is a straight line. That's a motive wave. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a clear 5 waves. So that means we already put in an A of this correction. So that's A. That means B is being formed. So the question is B finished, or is B coming up a little bit more or not? So we're going to have to figure that out. And then C is coming down here somewhere. So we're going to have to figure out where that's coming as well. Most likely C, just if you just look at support and resistances, just traditional TA, it's probably C is coming right down to this location. Boom. Right there. And it's probably 4,600 is probably a good landing point. Now let's see if the Fibonacci's help us do some projections. So we know we've got an A created. Now we have a B. So we're going to have an A, B, and a C. Now remember, A has 3 waves or 5 waves, B has 3 waves, and then C has 5 waves always. So as I look at this, I see 1, 2, 3 waves for A, 1, 2, 3 for B, and that means we've got to put 5 for C. We got a 3, 3, 5. Now let's throw the fibs on it and see what it shows us. There's the A to the bottom of B, and look what we have. We have a wave that has come up to the 1-to-1 extension. Now the question is, do we have a little bit further to go up to the $5,300 mark? That's a possibility, so we're going to leave that as a possibility. But there is a really strong chance that this correction, this ABC, is complete. How do we know it would be complete? Well, we need to see 5 waves in that in that C wave. So is that C of B complete? Well, let's look. Let's do our fib extensions. I'm going to get rid of this fib extension just so, well, we'll leave that there. Let's see if you can look. So our fib extensions here, we have 1 to 2. You notice where the 1618 here is, that's a third wave, right? So we've got 1, 2, there's your third wave. We are coming down for the fourth wave. What does that mean? We're going up for one more wave, most likely going to come up here to the $5,300 mark. So that's what I'm projecting based on fib analysis and Elliott Wave principles right there. So we're going to be coming down for a little bit, and then we're going up, most likely. Now, here's the thing. I could be completely wrong, and the reason I could be completely wrong is because this comes really close to the 1618. So the question is that 3? Is this 4? And is that 5? We're going to have to wait and see. My gut is telling me no. This is 5 coming up here, and that this is the finished third wave there of this C wave. So remember, well, it's a B wave, but remember B has 3 waves. It's going to be A, B, and C, like that. So that's what we're looking at. So we should be coming up here to the $5,300 mark. That might be a good area. If it comes up there, it might be a good area to short. To be thinking about a short and shorting this C wave. So can we project where the C wave is going to come? Let's go back to the hour chart, and we're getting cluttered with Fibonacci, so let's just kind of clear those off and see what we got going on. I'm going to clear out these Elliott counts as well, and let's see if we can project this ABC. So let's take our Fibonacci, let's go to the top. We're going to go down to A, we're going to go up to where we think B is, which we put it right about there, and look at that. Our 60, the 1 to the 1276 extensions comes right here to this 4600. So there's my target right there. We're going to be looking around the $4,600 mark where Bitcoin's coming down to. So there's a projection for Bitcoin. Let's take a peek at Litecoin and see if we can make any sense of that chart as well. That's a little different now. Yesterday I said I ignored the wick, but today, because I put the fibs on it a little bit more carefully, I included it. So let me go ahead and draw and see if we can correlate as well. So I'm going to come down here and see if we can run an extension here to the B wave from A to B to C. So notice that the top of this area, and I put a line here right at the $63 mark. There's a strong, my first target is $71, but I think we're coming down lower because of the way this wave is forming. So remember, we've got an A, we've got a B, and I've already tested these fibs, and to keep this video shorter, I'm not going to show you. But anyway, so we've got a C wave coming down, and remember, we need 5 waves in C. This is the way I'm counting those waves. We've got 1, 2, 3. We just put the 4 in. Now we're putting the 5. I think 5 is going to be an extended wave, and I think what we have here, if we zoom in just a little bit more, what we have here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're coming down, possibly even down to the $64 mark. So there's my target for Litecoin as well. I think we're probably coming down to the 64. Let's just zoom in here on the 1 hour chart and see what we can see with the fibs here as well. Notice you got clear 5 waves. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there for this wave. So we're coming up for 3 waves. We need an ABC. So there's an A right there, 3 waves. B, boom. Now we've got a C. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we have to either we finished or we're going up for one more little wave on C. So how do we know? Let's just take it down a little bit more to the 20-minute and let's get more clarification there. And let's throw the fibs on it and see where we might land. There's A. There's B. And so C, we've already tagged the one-to-one extension. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could be finished. It could be a finished ABC. But if it's not finished, we've got one more leg. So we're currently making 1, 2. This was 3, coming down for 4, and going up for 5 to the $83 mark. But that's what we're looking at here as a price target. It could already be finished, or we're going up for 83. Well, with Bitcoin, if Bitcoin's got one more leg to go up, chances are Litecoin has another leg to go up. So we're looking at the $83 mark for that as well. All right, and then we're looking to go short. You say how low are we going? Remember, we're looking at 63. So we've got a target of in Bitcoin, we've got a target of around 4,600, and Litecoin, we're looking at possibly $64, at least 71 to 64. We'll see how the waves play out between now and then. Hey, I hope this video has helped you. Please like and subscribe if you want to continue learning Elliott Wave. I hope that lesson's helpful to you. We'll keep looking at those things along the way. But until then, have a great, I guess Wednesday tomorrow. Okay, talk to you later.